I used to think roast was boring.
Oh my gosh, I'm in heaven.
Not anymore.
Roast doesn't just feed your family once.
It could stretch into multiple meals and save you on your grocery budget. Are you ready? Aprons on, let's go. Okay, this first recipe we're gonna make in the oven. I found it on allrecipes.com. I just wanted a roast that I could do in the oven that would still be juicy like if I did it in the slow cooker. But I wanted something that really had a lot of flavor. Well, I came across herb rubbed sirloin tip roast.
And it's intensely flavored. We're gonna make a herb rub paste. We're gonna use garlic and onion powder, thyme, paprika, cayenne pepper, oregano, salt, pepper, and olive oil. Okay, to my bowl, I'm adding 1 1/4 tablespoons of the paprika, 1 tablespoon of the kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of the ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of the onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of the ground cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon each of the dried oregano and the dried thyme. I'm going to give that a quick little mix. Then I'm going to whisk in the olive oil. I'll get this all combined, and then I'm going to let it sit for 15 minutes.
Now, I loved reading the comments on this recipe. Some people said it was too much salt, to cut the salt in half. Some said too much cayenne pepper. But I was like, you know what? I could take their suggestion, but I like to make a recipe as is first. And I have to tell you, for us, the amount of cayenne pepper it calls for and salt was perfect.
So grab a baking sheet, line it with aluminum foil, and place the roast down on that. And then we're gonna rub that spice mixture all over the roast. And while we do that, have the oven preheated to 350 degrees. If you don't have like an internal instant red thermometer or meat thermometer, I would grab one, because this is gonna roast until the thermometer in the center reads at least 145 degrees. It could take an hour.
So I'm gonna cook this for 45 minutes. And I want an internal temperature between 130 to 145. We want it medium rare.
Okay, it's been 45 minutes and I'm gonna check on the roast. But you guys, it smells so good in here. I mean, look at that. Ooh, it's gorgeous. Okay, I am checking the temperature. It has hit 145 degrees. So we are done cooking this. I'm gonna go put this on the cutting board and I'm gonna let this rest for 15 minutes before we carve into it. Oh, come on, you guys. Look at the juices coming out of this. Oh, it is perfect. Now, some pieces on camera have it look like almost raw, but it's not. It is medium rare, just like we like it. And it is, and look at that. Look at how juicy and, oh, gorgeous. Look how juicy. You guys, this tastes so good. There was a definite kick of heat from the cayenne pepper. It wasn't too bad for me, and it paired beautifully with the baked potato, and that potato like took some of the heat away. But I'm telling you guys, it's not too hot, but you know, it could be for you, so just adjust where you want. In fact, my father-in-law stopped over and he tried a piece and he loved it. But you gotta give this a try. It is so good.
All right, in the comments, let me know what is your favorite roast recipe. I'm sure everyone else besides me is looking for new ways to cook a roast. We are so happy we found the herb roast. It is delicious. Now let's pull out our slow cookers because I'm gonna share with you yummy recipes. Now this first one, I'm gonna call slow cooker soy roast because it calls for soy sauce. I have never made a roast that called for soy sauce. It is so good. It has mushrooms and onions. Oh. So to the bottom of my slow cooker, I'm gonna add some sliced onion. I used a half of onion that was still in my fridge. I might need to slice up more. Then I'm gonna add a can of mushrooms. Down in my extended pantry, I had a can of pieces and stems. I am gonna add some more sliced onion to this. Okay, I'm gonna start whisking up our mixture. I'm using 1 packet of onion soup mix, 1/3 cup of soy sauce, and you can use coconut aminos. Then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And then I'm gonna whisk it in with a little bit of beef broth. I'm gonna do about 1/4 a cup. Whisk that together. Gonna add my roast down, but I think I'm gonna do the fat side up. I'm gonna pour this down. You could use water or beef broth, and we're gonna pour this in until all but 1/2 of the roast is covered. So I just finished off that can of beef broth. I'm just gonna add some water in and we'll go to there.
I'm just sprinkling the top of the roast with some black pepper. And this is gonna cook on low for about 8 hours.
Okay, after the 8 hours, this is what the roast looks like. Oh, it smells so good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna cover it, let it rest, and then I'm gonna take all of these juices and make a gravy. But first, check out all of these onions and mushrooms. This smells so good, you guys. And I'm gonna thicken this up with a few tablespoons of cornstarch mixed with some water. I'm gonna get this to a boil, and once it starts boiling, I'll pour in the cornstarch mixture, and it will thicken up really quick. Oh, look at that. Not too thick, not too runny. Now I'm gonna pour this over my sliced up roast beef. It was so tender and just fell apart. Poured that in. Oh yeah. Mix that all together. Look at those pieces. Oh, so good. And here it is. I, of course, had to serve it up with mashed potatoes because that gravy is just so good. And I sauteed up some garlic, Parmesan green beans. And there you have it. Oh, it is absolutely delicious. If you like the Jana roast recipe I always share with you guys, you're gonna love this one. This is a definite keeper. The flavor is amazing. And it made a lot of gravy to have with the mashed potatoes. So good. Give it a try. Okay, these next two recipes I've shared with you before on my channel, but they're so good. This first one is Mississippi roast.
So I'm using a chuck roast, and then I have about 6 or 7 pepperoncini peppers, and you're gonna need about a packet of ranch seasoning. If you don't have a packet like I do, you have one of these containers. It's about 3 tablespoons. We're gonna season the roast with some black pepper, and then you're gonna use this gravy packet, the au jus gravy. And then with that, you need a half a stick of butter, just cubed up, and we're gonna get this in the slow cooker. I'm gonna season this with pepper. I combined the ranch and the juice packet. All right, so I'm just getting this all over that. Now I am just going to start placing the butter down all over this roast. Oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. So good. All right, and then just plop your pepperoncinis. I'm gonna cook this on low for about 8 hours and check on it. Oh yeah. Oh, this meat is so tender. So let's shred this up. Then I added it back into the beautiful, yummy gravy. To go along with this, I sauteed up some asparagus, mushrooms, zucchini, and onions with some butter and seasoning. And the mashed potatoes I cooked in my Instapot for 12 minutes. They always turn out so yummy. And our last slow cooker roast is our family's ultimate favorite. It's from my friend Jana, and she used to have a channel here on YouTube. We fell in love with it the first time we had it, and we make it all the time. So for those of you who haven't seen Jana's roast, here you go. The best roast for this recipe is a chuck roast. And for this roast, we're gonna mix together some packets of ranch buttermilk dressing, Italian salad dressing, and brown gravy. I'm using 3 tablespoons. You mix that all together with a half a cup of water. Pour that all over your roast, cover, and cook on low. I like to cook it between 8 to 10 hours. It just falls apart and it's absolutely delicious. When the roast is done, I pour through a strainer into the pot all the juice and I make a gravy. And I thicken it with cornstarch and water. I get it to a thickness that's not too thick but not too runny, and it's so good. I'll slice up the roast or shred the roast and put it back in the slow cooker with the gravy. It's delicious. Dinner was delicious. Jenna's roast is always a hit in our home, and I always make sure I have all the ingredients for it. Here's a roast tip for you. If you forget to take your roast out of the freezer the night before, you can put it in your slow cooker early in the morning, and I do this a lot with Jana's roast. And I still cook it on low for about 10 hours, and it still comes out so tender and delicious. So if you forget to take it out and thaw it, you're gonna be fine. Now I'm gonna share with you Instapot French dip sandwiches. They're simple, flavorful, and perfect for an easy dinner night. You'll need about a 3 to 4 pound chuck or round beef roast, and hit the saute button. We're gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil to the Instapot. Sear the roast on all sides until golden brown. Season it with half a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and a half teaspoon of onion powder. Then we're gonna sprinkle on top a packet of au jus seasoning. Then pour in a bottle of beer. This is the key that makes it so good. This adds incredible flavor. We're gonna close the lid and make sure that the pressure release valve is set to sealing. We're gonna set the Instant Pot to the meat and stew function, and we're gonna cook for 100 minutes. After the cooking time is done, let the pressure release naturally for 25 minutes. Carefully remove the roast and shred it. Next, in a bowl, we're gonna combine 3 tablespoons of melted butter and 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And we're gonna brush this over our hoagie rolls or French bread. Once we do that, we're gonna slip it in the oven and broil it on low heat for 3 to 4 minutes until golden. All right, now take that yummy shredded beef and pile it on your toasted rolls. And then top it with some provolone cheese and return it back to the broiler. And we're gonna have this in there until the cheese melts. And then if you would like, you can garnish with fresh chopped parsley. And then I'm just gonna slice these into serving sizes. Look at that cheesy goodness and that beef. Now take all the yummy juice and drippings from inside the Instant Pot and put them in individual bowls for dipping. This au jus sauce is amazing. You can even step this up a notch. Saute up some peppers and onions and add those to your French dip sandwich. Oh, this is so good. We just made it this way a few weeks ago and we just scarfed it. There's no leftovers with this one. We just devour this. All right, give this one a try. I know you'll love it. This next recipe is on that same premise. It's slow cooker Italian beef sandwiches. So these are chuck roasts and they're bone in. For the roasts, I'm gonna need 2 packages of the Italian seasoning mix, and I'm going to need 2 cans of beef broth. You need mild Chicago style, not even gonna say it. A half of this jar does 1 recipe, so this will be divided. And then you need some sliced peppers. These aren't sliced, so I'm gonna slice these up and get them in there. So I'll do that first. We'll do this whole jar. Extra work, but it's fine. We're gonna sprinkle this packet on each of them. I'm gonna do a little underneath too. Yeah, ooh yeah. Now the next one. Add the peppercini peppers plus a splash of the juice. We're gonna divide this up. And a splash of that juice. Okay, and then we're gonna take our yummy mixed peppers, drained. So I have a bowl that I did the peppers in, and the strainer right here. I'm gonna drain. Oh, that is oily, huh? All right, I'm gonna do my best to get this all drained. Okay, and we're gonna also save the juice from the pecorino for serving. They said save this for when you're ready to serve. So this gets divided. This is so good, you guys. So we need to get the beef broth in there. I'm gonna place the lids on and they're gonna cook on low for 9 hours. Okay, do your thing. Oh, it's so good. It's so, so good. Okay, the roasts are done. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Okay, what you're technically supposed to do is shred it and then put it back in the slow cooker. Oh, look how easily that shreds. And then at this point, you can let it cook for another hour and it'll just soak up even more all of the flavor and everything. And then all you have to do is like toast up your hoagie and then put some of this right onto it and then put your provolone cheese on it, melt it under the broiler, and oh, you have a beautiful sandwich. Now let's take any leftover roast that we have and turn them into sliders. Oh, these recipes are so good. If you have leftover roast beef from any recipe, then you gotta try these roast beef sliders. These cheesy, buttery sliders are the perfect way to use up leftover roast beef. They're baked on Hawaiian rolls with a savory poppy seed buttery topping. They come out gooey and absolutely delicious. You only need 2 to 3 cups of leftover roast beef, either sliced or shredded, and you'll need 1 12-count package of Hawaiian sweet rolls. Take your Hawaiian rolls, slice them in half, and place the bottom half of them into a baking dish. Then we're gonna lightly spread some mayo at the bottom halves of the rolls. Then add your roast beef evenly over all the rolls. You'll also need 6 to 8 slices of cheese. You can use Swiss, provolone, or even American, and this is what I have.
on this day when I made them. And place a cheese slice on top of each one. And then add the tops of the rolls on top of that. So now we're gonna make the topping that we're gonna spread on top. This is where it gets really good. In a small bowl, we're gonna whisk together anywhere from a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 stick of butter, melted, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon onion powder, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, and 1 tablespoon poppy seeds. Now whisk that all together. All right, now that that's done, we're gonna brush the mixture generously over the top of the rolls. This is gonna be so good. You'll have your oven already preheated to 350 degrees. All right, we're gonna cover the dish with foil and we're gonna bake for 15 minutes. Okay, when that is done, after the 15 minutes, we're gonna remove the foil and bake for another 10 minutes. Just until the tops are golden brown and the cheese is all melted. And there you have it. This could be a great snack, lunch, and dinner. And to even kick this up a notch, you can add caramelized onions, pickles, or extra condiments if you want to switch up the flavor. Give this a try the next time you have leftover roast beef. I know you're gonna love these. It's absolutely delicious.
Let's make Mississippi sliders. Here's my leftover shredded beef.
So I grabbed a big pan. It's about a 9 by 13. It might be a titch bigger, but I found some potato slider buns and I cut them in half and put them at the bottom. Now we're going to cover the bottom sliders with 1 inch of this beautiful pot roast. I topped half the pan with some of the pepperoncini peppers on top. Ooh, yum. And I left some without it just in case if some of the kids didn't like it, but I definitely want the ones with the peppers on it. Now we're gonna put some slices of provolone cheese on top. Okay, next we're gonna put the top back on the bun. Ooh, and that's not all. Now I'm going to make a yummy sauce to put on top of the buns. Okay, you're gonna melt a 1/2 cup of butter. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Okay, I'm gonna give that a little mix. You're gonna take your sauce mixture and you're going to brush this on liberally. So let's get this yummy sauce on. I tasted it, you guys. It is so good. Okay, you're going to cover this with foil and bake at a 375 degree oven for 10 minutes. Then after that 10 minutes, you're gonna take the foil off and bake it for 10 more and then serve. Goodness, would you get a look at that? It smells insane. Okay, let's dish one of these bad boys up. Oh, would you look at that? Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I mean, look at the cheese and all that beef. Oh. This is incredible. There is so much flavor and tang. Holy crap balls. Oh my gosh, I'm in heaven. Where have you been all my life? There you have it, friends. The Mississippi pot roast slider. If you want more recipes to feed your family that are budget friendly and are total comfort foods, check out these videos here and I'll meet you over there. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you soon. Bye.